Let's take a look at the next drill in our butterfly series. This is going to be a one-arm drill focusing on the left side. We were able to be joined by a special guest for this, Natalie Kahn, who is a recent member of the 2024 Olympic Hong Kong team and a recent grad of the University of Michigan. Let's take over a look at the key things that we look for in this drill. First thing we're going to do is take a look here at the kick. Now here we have a really impressive kick as we're performing this drill. So let's go over some of the things that we really like about this. First thing that we kind of notice here is the bend in the knees. This bend is really what we would kind of consider to be a very just natural bend, and Natalie does a great job right here of showing the flexion in the knees to really assist here with the kick, because remember, the kick is really what's going to move us forward. We can kind of notice here that the chest and the feet are up and then the hips here are down. There's going to be always this inverse relationship between the hips, shoulders, and feet. We can kind of see that also right here where the hips are up, the feet and the shoulders or the chest area here is going to be down. Natalie here does a great job of pointing the feet as we're going to be doing the kick. We see the feet rise here up to the surface. They break the surface, and then we're going to see a downward force applied, so that way then we can really kind of feel this shooting forward as we're going to be traveling through the water. And then here what we're going to then look at is just going to be a one arm with, and we've looked at a variation of this before with the fins. So here the left arm is going to be going over the water. The non-stroking side here is going to just stay up in front. And we just kind of want to really work those movements of the butterfly. So here we see the hand land. We want to be right in front of the shoulder. Then we're going to see a pressing movement here of the chest. We see here the hips are up. We connect here with the feet. Great turbulence right there as we're traveling through. Those feet then go down. And then we can kind of take a look here as the breath is going to occur, that we're going to start to lift up that head as the hand is passing that shoulder right here. And then what we really want to focus on is the head here is to get it down before the hand is about to make contact with the water. That way what we can see then is the turbulence that's created here is going to really go forward. And then we want to stay in that landing just below the surface right here. Remember, we want to think about butterfly being an up and forward movement, up and forward, rather than its previously kind of thought way of doing this loopy way of butterfly. Flatter we can actually make fly without going to an extreme will be really good. And here again, great flexion of the knee, just the appropriate amount, so that way we can really connect the whole movement to the whole drill with what we're doing. And Natalie does a really great job right there. Here again, just a perspective of the kick on our takeoff. Great pointing toes right there. And then what we're going to see here, look at those knees come up, and then we're going to bring those down, so that way we can really feel like we're going to be shooting forward here as we're traveling through the water. On our return view, here with just another kind of perspective as we go through. So here the arm is coming over the water. Now we would like to see the hands be just a little bit lower here. We love the width right here. We see a lot of length in those arms, but being a little bit lower to the water we find will be a little more advantageous. Then we land here. We kind of see that landing in the inside of the head, in front of the head right here. We'd like to see this landing occur a little bit closer here to the shoulder line, because otherwise what we typically find is there's going to be an out sweep of the hand. So we can kind of see that right there as that hand sweeps out. Being along a little bit more of the shoulder line right here just is going to allow us to get into the catch by getting those fingertips down just a little bit sooner. Here, as we're going to go through that landing, we see the shoulders, we see the hips, and then the last thing we should really see then is the feet. Checking the box in all those areas. As we take a breath, look how nice and low we are to the surface. This is really, really good. We start to get the head back down as that arm is getting over the water. And then, beautiful job right there. We're getting that head back down into the water as the arm then is going over. Really, really, really nice work right here. And as we are going to switch then to our underwater view, we're just going to take a look here. Now here, we're diving down a little bit deeper than we would like to see. We would kind of like to see these hands here be a little bit more up toward the surface. So again, we can kind of make that stroke flat. Remember, we would like to kind of see the chest be that deepest point. So if we kind of see that body positioning about right here, this would be perfect for where we're at. Now looking at that landing position, you kind of see that hand here up in front. What we're going to see then is going to be an outward sweep right there. And then we do a great job of getting those fingertips to really get down. Now here on that left side, what we would like to see is just that arm be a little bit closer to here at that point. Remember, the goal is to be able to formulate this great power triangle right here, so that way we can really grab that water and really push it through. See here how that hand is kind of coming into under the belly button, and then what we're going to see then is that hand come out here at the hip. Really, really, again, good job. There's a lot of great things to like here, and by just saying what were our observations here with the stroke is it will be just the key things that we look for when we're doing the stroke here. Remember, ultimately this movement right here is just going to be a freestyle catch. So the more we can kind of be able to grab that water, mimic those movements, overall that stroke is going to be really, really powerful and efficient as we are traveling through the water. Overall, if you found some great value out of this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe.